fall again and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Coming for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning team. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to pick at me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hit scene, but I can't hear it when the crowd screams. Still ballin' like an offspring.
Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Daniel Jones and the New York Giants taking on Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Washington football team.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Washington football team. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they come in pretty desperate here for a win as they've started the year 0-5.
And it seems way too early to start talking about hot seats. But guess what? When a team is 0-5, people start wondering about their jobs.
Dante Pettis on the return.
First go on offense for the Giants under the guidance of Daniel Jones, the former Duke Blue Devil.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Going to give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try and eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Open target here, Darius Slayton.
That's good for a
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
47-yard line.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. The numbers for him from a week ago. Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, the ball carrier.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
There on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Now Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley on the carry.
The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they'll be led out by their veteran quarterback in season number 16 of the NFL. It's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
On second down, it's Gibson. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Here comes Pettis on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
10 at the 49-yard line.
Throwing Jones. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch.
That's good for a Giant.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. Now Jones. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going. They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
Well, both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. fielded near the back of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 52 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Watch a throw is Fitzpatrick. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 43. Throwing Fitzpatrick. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
A 28-yard gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It's a gain of 4. And it's
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
With the score, Giants 14, Washington nothing.
Fitzpatrick on 3rd and 2. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Patrick's pass intended for Curtis.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Holding receiving team.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, Saquon Barkley last year against Washington, he won many a fantasy league with his performance in Week 16. 189 yards rushing. That was the 3rd highest single-game total in the NFL all of last season. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Jones throwing deep for Galladay. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here with that grab. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Montez Sweat just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. The Giants on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
3rd and 13.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And Gano's kick is right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. We'll find Gibson here complete. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
Fumble on the play. Recovered.
There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
A first down carry for Barkley. And some room to maneuver. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
If you did know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now, you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Gano the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it down here and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Fitzpatrick. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the
Big
passing
emphasis.
game? Huge.
And he's going to go down. They get to it back at the 40.
A loss of
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Evan Ingram, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the route is on here in this first half. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And who's got it? The Giants.
Fitzpatrick's pass.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield. Less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Washington.
From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 7 yards, the pickup there. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
3 at the 29-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fitzpatrick got an open man. It's Harmon. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Kelvin Harmon, his first touchdown on the year. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps. but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Open man is Galladay, complete. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there just before halftime. And even 60 yards.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Kenny Galladay in the final seconds of the first half. And the Giants add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Gano the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half.
Gano set to kick off.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Final play of the half, Fitzpatrick. He'll air this out deep for Harmon. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, and they are seconds away from halftime, all tied in that one. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Philip Dorsett up near 100 yards receiving with a touchdown as well. In our game, we were treated to a strong first half from the former Blue Devil, Daniel Jones. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Graham Gano set to kick off.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone, and no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Fitzpatrick to throw it. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards the pickup. 1st down, Washington.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
It sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards. But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
We're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Montez Sweat able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Fitzpatrick. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 36-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
On the tackle. 2 yards on the play. And a Washington 1st down.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he'll go down at the 28. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Fitzpatrick. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. A run here for J.D. McKissick. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Gostkowski's kick is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Oh, no.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
He gets it halfway there with that run. I think you play up-tempo, get right back on the line of scrimmage, and hammer at him again.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Gibson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This is 3rd and goal. Now this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. They'll try to run this one in. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. They'll start out on the ground and Saquon Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And that is Allen, still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big.
And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Leonard Williams able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fitzpatrick. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Antonio Gibson, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered by Xavier McKinney.
Throwing again. Fitzpatrick. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. It's a 1st down Washington on a pickup of 18.
18 on the play.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets them up now 1st and goal. They go play action here on 1st down. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit.
That's been a tough day, but they finally were able to get one into the end zone, and maybe the offense will feel a little bit better about itself going into next week.
And if you're a coach taking that into next week, I know you're upset, but it is a little bit more respectable, somewhat of a moral victory, right?
Yeah, they probably won't say a lot of that to the team, but it is true. It's something for them to build on, and then they can call their mom and tell her, hey, Mom, for your fantasy points, we got you a few down the stretch.
The Giants take over.
Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
The protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8 at the 39-yard
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
That's another New York Giants. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Throwing Jones. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Pass intended for Evan Ingram. Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Giants, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for Washington, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Dallas Cowboys.